The vast arena shimmered under the artificial lights of the alien coliseum. Its walls, carved from obsidian-like crystal, reflected the harsh white illumination, giving the entire hall an ethereal, almost divine appearance. I stepped into the center, my boots crunching on the smooth metallic floor. My pulse raced, not from fear alone, but from anticipation. I had trained for months, mentally and physically, for moments like this. Yet nothing could truly prepare a human for the alien spectacle I was about to face. From above, the crowd was silent, a massive congregation of species I had never seen before. Their eyes glinted like stars, sharp and predatory. And in the shadows, observing from her throne perched high above the arena, the alien queen herself sat. She was a figure of perfection and authority, her presence commanding attention without a word. Her gaze never left me, and I could feel her measuring, evaluating, as if every heartbeat of mine was being recorded in real time. The gates on the far end of the arena clanged open, and one by one, 100 alien women emerged. Each of them was unique, tall, armored, and exuding lethal grace. Their skin colors spanned the galaxy's spectrum: obsidian black, iridescent blues, silvered whites, and deep crimson. Each carried weapons I barely recognized: energy blades, plasma whips, and gravitational maces. But more than their weaponry, it was the look in their eyes that unnerved me, a mix of duty, loyalty, and hunger for victory. "You have entered the heart of our empire, human," a booming voice echoed from the arena walls, modulated through the speakers. "The queen watches. Fail, and you will perish before her throne. Succeed, and perhaps you will earn her favor." I swallowed hard. This was more than a fight. It was a test, an evaluation of what humans were capable of, and whether one human could survive against impossible odds. I adjusted my stance, feeling the grip of my own energy staff, an Earth-made hybrid designed to counter plasma and kinetic attacks. Simple, but effective. The first wave of warriors charged simultaneously, their movements synchronized as if rehearsed 1,000 times. They formed a living wall of death, 100 alien women moving as one, closing the distance in mere seconds. I braced myself, ducking under a sweeping plasma blade and striking upward with my staff, sending a ripple of energy that staggered two attackers. The crowd gasped, a low, alien murmur that resonated through the arena. Each move demanded precision. One wrong step could mean being surrounded, overwhelmed, or pierced by a blade. And yet, I found a rhythm. I flowed between their attacks like water, redirecting their energy, using momentum against them. As one swung a whip with a gravitational field, I spun and used its force to knock another warrior off balance. Slowly, imperceptibly, I was turning their numbers against them. Time seemed to dilate. Minute by minute, wave by wave, the 100 alien women pressed their assault. But I had learned quickly. Humans are unpredictable, and unpredictability is a weapon the aliens could not calculate. I jumped from the metallic floor to a raised platform, kicking off a wall and sending two warriors crashing into the barriers. Another attempted to flank me, but I caught her energy blade with my staff, channeling the force back and knocking her unconscious with a precision strike. From above, the queen's eyes glinted with curiosity, maybe even amusement. It was subtle, but I felt the shift in her aura. She was no ordinary observer. Every decision I made, every tactic I employed, seemed to feed her calculation. She wasn't here merely to watch. They were all testing me, and she alone would decide my fate. By the halfway mark, the arena was littered with unconscious, bruised, and exhausted alien women. And yet, the remaining warriors grew more ferocious. They moved faster, coordinated more aggressively, and attacked with desperation. My muscles ached, my mind burned with calculation, but I could not afford hesitation. Then came a pause. A hush fell over the arena as the last 50 warriors formed a semicircle around me. I realized then that the queen had intervened. She had allowed this trial to reach its peak, and now the final test began. "You have done well," the voice echoed, deeper now, vibrating in my chest. "But the true challenge is not the numbers. It is the mind." The final warriors advanced, not just with strength, but with tactics, telepathy, and a strange energy field that seemed to predict my moves. For the first time, I felt real fear. My staff deflected a plasma strike and barely kept me from being flung backward. The air crackled with energy. The arena felt alive, pulsating with the Queen's will. I had only moments to think, and in those moments I realized the key. These warriors were not fighting individually. They were connected, almost like a hive. To win, I had to break the connection. I focused, channeling my staff's energy into a pulse, a short wave of disrupted electromagnetic force. It rippled across the arena, striking the warriors simultaneously. They staggered, their synchronized assault faltering. I seized the moment, moving with lightning speed to disarm, disable, and incapacitate them one by one. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, silence fell. The 100 alien women lay unconscious, exhausted, or restrained. The crowd, which had been tense and vocal throughout, fell utterly silent, as if the entire empire held its breath. The Queen descended from her throne, her long, flowing robes drifting like liquid shadows. She stepped into the arena, her presence alone making the temperature drop. Her eyes met mine, sharp and piercing. I could feel the weight of centuries of authority pressing down, the collective judgment of her empire focused on a single human. "You survived," she said softly, almost in a whisper, but it echoed across the arena. "No human has ever faced my warriors and lived, and yet, here you are." I bowed slightly, the exhaustion in my body hidden behind every fiber of my training. "I only did what I had to survive," I replied, my voice steady despite the adrenaline still coursing through me. A smile, fleeting but genuine, touched her lips. "Survival alone is not enough. You have shown strategy, courage, and an unpredictability that is remarkable." She extended a hand, almost as if offering acknowledgment, or perhaps alliance. "The arena was but a test. You have proven that humanity possesses a strength we have underestimated for too long." For a moment, the Queen's presence felt almost maternal, almost protective. It was surreal, the one being capable of commanding 100 elite warriors, the ruler of an entire empire, now recognized me not as an enemy, but as a peer. "You may rise," she continued, "and know this, human, your place in the galaxy has changed. The eyes of my empire are now upon you, but so too is my respect." I exhaled deeply. The tension in my body finally released. My limbs ached, my breath was ragged, but my mind was clear. I had faced the impossible and emerged alive, and in doing so, I had earned the recognition of a being whose name alone could ignite fear across systems. The Queen stepped back, and her warriors, previously restrained, began to rise, their expressions a mixture of awe, disbelief, and grudging respect. I realized then that the test was more than just combat. It was a demonstration of trust, adaptability, and human ingenuity. In a world ruled by predictable alien logic, unpredictability was a weapon, and I had wielded it without hesitation. As the lights dimmed and the Queen returned to her throne, I knew my journey had only begun. The arena had tested my body, my mind, and my courage, but beyond its walls awaited challenges that no human had yet faced. And yet, for the first time, I felt that humanity had a place in the galaxy, not as servants, not as pawns, but as equals capable of surviving the impossible. The whispers in the crowd started again, softer now, filled with curiosity and cautious admiration. I straightened my back, glancing up at the throne one last time. The Queen's eyes lingered on me, unreadable, yet full of intent. She had watched my every move, and in doing so, had acknowledged a truth that few would ever accept. Sometimes, one human could change the course of an empire. And in that moment, standing alone in the arena, Surrounded by the fallen elite of the most powerful empire I had ever seen, I understood something fundamental. The galaxy did not yet know what humans were truly capable of.